in the last lecture we left off to what is Dbms and its introduction. So let us continue that. Myself Ritesh Nimbarkar, Department CSC, roll number 41. So we have seen that what is a database. A database is a collection of related data or data. Whenever you come across a number of relationships between any object or any class, and when you store it, we can consider it as a data. And a database simply is a collection of these threads or these segments. We have seen about Microsoft Access or Excel, how we use them to store our data in rows and column formats. What a database management system was, it was just a collection of programs that enable the user to create and maintain the database upon themselves, using various correlated um, options such as defining, constructing, maintaining of various applications. Defining involves creating of the databases. Constructing involves storing the data itself upon a medium. Manipulating comes under the management system. DBMS allows the following tasks, which were data definition, data updation, data retrieval, and user administration, through which the user can give his or her access to its organization member to work upon or put forth upon the data. So we have seen about what was the difference between database and the file system. What was the need of database? Basically, we need database management system in order to ease the access of data. Various computer organizations use these management systems to study and research upon their data for the purposes of marketing and making applications throughout the internet for their hiring organizations, for storage and management of certain servers and certain entertainment websites, as well as avoiding duplicates and redundancy. So let us look about the asset properties in DBMS. A, which stands for atomicity, the entire transaction does not take place or at once or occur at all. C is consistency. I is isolation, that means any of the database or data from each other database do not get mixed up and are maintained in a consolidated order. D is for durability, which is given for the changes of the successful transactions occur even if the system failure occurs. Advantages of DBMS: controls redundancy, data sharing, easy maintenance, reduce time, backup, multiple user interface. The names as themselves explain a lot. There is no further need of explaining. So what are the applications of database? We use them in banking sectors, in airline sectors, in order to keep check of the passenger, traveler and outliers. The universities, telecommunication, finance, sales, human resources, etc. So what data abstraction is? For the system to be usable, it must retrieve data efficiently. Efficiency defines the users to use complex data structures. Data is upon a three-level basis: physical, logical, and view. So this is the following diagram for the levels. Physical level is the lowest level of the abstractions, while the logical level is of the next higher level, which describes what data is stored upon onto the database and the relationship among this data. View level is only the part of the secondary part of the database, which can only give upon a view level overview of the data. Some of the terminologies include data dependence, independence, instances, and snapshots. Various schema that goes throughout the data. There are three types of DBMS architecture. First is one tier architecture, in which the database is directly available to the user, and she can maintain and change the database. Uh, while two-tier architecture has a client and a server model, through which the client can communicate to the server, and the server therefore can send the packets of data to the client appropriately. Three-tier architecture, in which there is another layer between the client and server, which cannot communicate directly to the server. Instead, it goes through an application that maintains its communication between the server and the user, in order to check if in order to check the security reasons and other purposes. So this is the server architecture as follows. Classification is based upon data model, on user number, or on the distribution. On the data model, it either relational or object oriented. On user number, it is either system user or multi users. Following are the block diagrams for the following management system classifies. We have seen about the distributed system and the centralized system. Distributed system comes under either two or three tier architecture, and the centralized either comes under the single architecture system. So why is database important? It provides us a blueprint of how the data is going to look, or how it is going to be stored. The It gives a clear idea of how the application gets its request and processes the data to maintain a healthy flow, of data, and to isolate the data accordingly, and to reduce the time that is used to retrieve it. Next, we put forth upon the strategies for the schema design, in which we come upon various diagrams. First one is the top down strategy, while the high level abstractions are at the top and they go on decreasing at the bottom up strategy, in which the abstractions are at the bottom and they go increasing way up. And the phases of database, possibly technical factors, the economical factors, or organizational factors, which help in the choice of DBMS, or the company which has to use various DBMS models. It helps them to choose how their database must look like and how it must be maintained. At the final part, we come across various types of physical database designs, through which first is the data model mapping. During this, we get a conceptual design from the diagrams of what our abstractions on which level they must be stored. Second is the physical database design, in which we design a specific database in terms of physical storage structure, record placement, and indexes. And the last one is the implementation and the tuning. In this phase, the implementations are actually implemented, tested, and eventually deployed for the service. As a result, we come to know across various types of databases, their uses, their importance, how they are maintained, and how they are created, etc. Thank you.